Hello, Princess on the Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on Life After Lockup Season 6, Episode 20. It's the finale, so I decided to dress up. It's titled Vows and Vendettas. I guess there was a little bit of a vow. There was no vendetta, was there? I guess so, maybe, I don't know. Let's get started with Brooke and JK. So Brooke and JK are outside of his mother's house yelling and arguing. And the neighbors called the cops. She's mad at him because he didn't answer her calls. And then he told her that he went to see Alex. So they were yelling outside the mother's house and the neighbors called the cops on them. And the cops said they were disturbing the peace. JK and Brooke reassured the cop that everything was good. And then the cop left. Just like that. Just left. He should have told him, leave this area, go someplace else and argue. He just left. He saw the cameras and he got scared, I guess. I don't know. But he just left. So JK was scared because he's on parole for 8 years and he don't want to get back in trouble. He said he wants to live in peace. He said he wants a peaceful life. Well, somebody need to tell him, you don't live a peaceful life when you're a liar and a cheater. You don't live a peaceful life. Somebody need to tell him that. So after the cop left, JK told Brooke that Alex is pregnant. Brooke said to him, you've been cheating on me and it's your baby. She didn't say it as nicely as I said it, okay? So she asked him if the miscarriage was his. He said no. She said, are you sure? He shrugged his shoulders like, So they're arguing back and forth and he blamed her for cheating. For his cheating. Brooke hauled off and slapped him in the face and said, F you. So he turned around, go back in the house, because when she hit him, he was like, whoa, he was like shocked. He took, a step back like. He went in the house and Brooke went to her car and she said she's ending the relationship. JK went back in the house and told his mother that Brooke slapped him in the mouth. I love the way he said it. He said, she slapped me in the mouth. His mother told him that Brooke is going to get him sent back to the pen. His mother told him to break it off with Brooke. So next, Brooke took her sons for ice cream, to get ice cream. And she said she would have to be married to the next guy for 5 years before they meet her kids. What kind of shit is that? Anyway, she told her sons that her and JK broke up. Her kids told her that she's too good for JK and he doesn't deserve her. Her youngest son said JK is a drug addict. He said, JK is a drug addict and you're not. I was like, what do you know about a drug addict? Her son said we didn't like him anyway. And the youngest son, he was the one with all the mouth. He said JK promised them all these things, but he never came through. He said JK is a complete liar. Next, we see JK fishing. JK said he is going to miss the boys. If he just knew how horrible the boys were talking about him. He said he tried to reach out to them, but to take them fishing, but he has heard nothing from them. JK said his toxic trait is his lustfulness, his roaming eyes. JK was talking a lot of shite. He was just talking a lot of shite. He said Alex got a lot of baggage. She got her own problems. He said 1 minute she said the baby is his, the next minute the baby's not his. He said she got a lot of problems. She pregnant, plus she got kids. You didn't know that before you had her legs in the air? Y'all were girlfriend and boyfriend. You knew that before, when y'all were girlfriend and boyfriend, that she had a lot of kids, that she had kids. Now he's using that against her. Oh my gosh. He said she got a lot of baggage. JK said he's single and he's living his life. As soon as he said there's plenty of fish in the sea, he caught a fish. That was right on time, JK. That was right on time. Next, we see Brookie with her sons. They are moving to Galveston. On the drive, she's bitching about JK. And the boys are in the car and they're hearing her bitch. They're hearing everything she's saying about JK. She said his initial means just kidding. I thought that was kind of cute. She then got a call from an inmate. And she had the phone on speaker. And the inmate is saying intimate things to her. And her sons are right there listening to everything. The look on her youngest son's face was, he was not happy. So then we were told Brooke moved to Galveston. She worked at a daycare center, and she's still getting phone calls from this inmate. Alex had her baby, was a girl. JK's waiting for pregnancy results. He wants to see if, he's the daddy. And he's talking to several women. Next up, Will and Courtney. They were doing a confessional. Will got upset and walked out. Courtney told the producer that she had sex the night before with the guy that dropped her off. Will is outside trying to calm down, and he told us that him and Courtney had sex the other day. Will goes back inside to finish the confessional. The messy producer asks them what happened when Courtney ripped up the divorce papers and the cameras had left. Courtney said later that night Will came to the house and they got intimate. Will said he was then kicked out of the house. Courtney said he showed up and disrespected the household. So I don't know, when did they have sex? She said he showed up and disrespected the household. Did you have sex after he disrespected the household? And then they kicked him out? I mean, when did you have time for sex after? She said he came to the household and disrespected. He came to the house and disrespected the household. So when did she have sex with him? Will said he was a guest and he ended up in an argument with some of the housemates. He said they disrespected him and Courtney did not have his back. So when did they have sex? I'm curious. Courtney said her and Will had sex that night because that's what they do. They fight and then they have sex. And she said it was great. Will said Courtney said loving things to him, but now she shows up with another guy. I still want to know, when did they have this sex? Before he argued with the housemates or after he argued with the housemates? I guess it was after because they kicked him out. Yeah, he said he feel like all the loving things she was saying to him didn't matter because she showed up with this guy. He asked her if she cheated on him. And she said to him, really? You think I effing cheated on you, Will? After she just got through telling us that she cheated on him, right? The messy producer asked her if she's ever slept with Mark. She said, no, I've never slept with Mark. Then she said as soon as Will broke up with her, one of the first things she did was go sleep with somebody. She said it was either go sleep with somebody or do some drugs. She said she did it because she was angry. She was mad. Then he said, who was it? He wants to know who was it that she slept with. She goes, I'm not telling you. And she basically told him, it was either sex or drugs. Will asked her how many people did she sleep with. She said it doesn't matter. That means she slept with a lot. Will said, it matters to me when we just slept together and we didn't use protection. Well, you should have said that to her before you had sex with her. You should have said, I'm going to use protection or should I use protection? Have you slept with a bunch of people? Let me use, but you should have worked that out before you slept with her. It's too late now, Will. It's too late. You done slept with her raw and she done been with other people. I mean, then she said it was only one other person, Will. Liar. She's a liar. She's a liar. It wasn't only one person. That's why she didn't want to tell him from the jump. That's why she said it doesn't matter. So they argued back and forth, and they're exhausting to me. So the producer finally said it's a wrap and got him out of there. We see Will at the airport. He's leaving Portland, but I thought he had driven to Portland. He's at the airport flying out of Portland. I thought he had driven to Portland. Or maybe he drove in and rented a car, but we saw him when he left California in his car. I don't know. 2 weeks later, we see Courtney at her pretend job, pretend like she's changing a tire. That's how they change a tire on the side of the road. That's not how a mechanic changes a tire, right? They have better tools than that to change tires, right? I don't know. I think she's she's pretending at that job. I don't think that's where she works. But she said life is good and she is sober. And Will is now dating, but he's not doing any more quickie weddings. Courtney has a new boyfriend who isn't Mark. Next up, we have Zaria and Troy. Troy picked his mother up from the train station. Oh, he did. He didn't leave her out there this time like he did last time. And he brought her to the house. The mother can see that Zaria is pregnant because Zaria is huge. The mother is commenting on how big Zaria's belly is. Then she is on the deck talking to Troy. And she told him that he hurt her feelings when he told people that she didn't love him. She told him that when he went to jail, she took care of his daughter. He told her, you don't get a prize for taking care of your granddaughter. The mother said, yes, I do, because I have 15 grandkids. Troy told her he wants to put everything aside and move forward. And he wants her to be a part of her grandkids' life. She told him she doesn't want him to keep telling people that she doesn't love him. She keeps saying that. And he needs to say, okay, I'm sorry for that. She wants him to apologize because she keeps repeating it. Troy told her that's how he feels. So they argued back and forth, and then they went inside. The mother sat down to talk to Zaria, and she told Zaria that the reason that she don't get along with Zaria is because Zaria is nosy. The mother said Zaria should have helped to squash the beef between her and Troy. Zaria said, wait a minute, you just told me I'm nosy, but you want me to help squash the beef between you and your son. For once, Zaria making sense. Troy's mother, she got angry because I think she's a bit high and a bit confused. Zaria told the mother she wasn't making any sense. The mother said, y'all never told me y'all were having a baby. Now she switched to a different subject altogether. She's a bit high or drunk or something. She's jumping from one topic to the next. But Zaria was actually trying to smooth things out, the issues out between her and Troy. Zaria must have realized how horrible she was when she was on TV last time and, decided, and is ashamed of herself and decided she wanted to change the way she behaved. Because now she's acting calm, cool, and collected and not yelling and screaming and cussing people out. So the mother finally calmed down and Zaria allowed her to see the ultrasound pictures. Zaria and the mother, they hugged, and next we see Troy. They're in a confessional, and Troy got them both roses for Mother's Day. That was so nice. And now they're all one big happy family. They continued, the verbiage on the screen said they continued to mend the relationship with the mother. Baby Troy is staying with them for the summer while they plan for their son's arrival. But I didn't like the picture Zaria and Troy took. Troy is standing at a weird angle, and it looks like Zaria is not wearing underwear. And her belly button looks weird. And her leg looks fake. The second picture of them spooning in the spoon was better, but their toes look weird to me. I'm so critical. Next we have Justine and Michael. Justine said goodbye to her mother, then met up with Michael. I'm tired of his woe is me story. He's talking about how he can go sell drugs and make a lot of money. He said at age 16 he was already a dealer and he would rap about it, and that was basically telling on himself. He said he missed the money, but he doesn't miss the stress. He then told Justine that he has something to tell her. He told her they can't do the wedding. There is no budget. That means there's no money. She said, we have no money. He said, no, we don't even have $30,000. He said, we have $15,000. So if he has $15,000, why did he ask his mother for $1,000? Why did he ask his mother for money? Justine didn't even seem upset that they were canceling the wedding. They kissed and they went to a Broadway show. And they decided to postpone the wedding till 2026. And Melody will go to college in the fall, but they are not thrilled about the bill. Next we have Letitia and Keith. They are at a little outdoor restaurant arguing because Letitia wants Keith to re-propose and recite wedding vows. Letitia is getting very loud and out of pocket, so Keith called his aunt to come pick him up. And I don't blame him. She was doing the most. So the aunt came. She came quick. She came just like that. Like she was around the corner waiting. It's all set up. She was around the corner waiting. He called. She's there. Boom, bam, bim. It was all set up. So Keith jumped in the car and they took off. They took off and left Letitia right there in the dust. So Keith is in the car talking to his aunt, and he's bitching about Letitia wanting a vow renewal. He said they don't have the money for that. His aunt told him to just go ahead and do the vow renewal. It doesn't have to cost a lot. A happy wife, happy life. She said, it doesn't have to be expensive. So Keith said, okay, I'll think about it. So then the aunt dropped him at the house. He went to the house. He went and made up with Letitia. He told her he misunderstood what she was saying. He thought she meant a wedding, a big expensive wedding, but all she wants is a vow renewal. So he told her, I love you, and yada, yada, yada. He got down on one knee, re-proposed to her, And of course, she said yes. Next, Keith blindfolded Letitia and took her to their wedding renewal. Her daughters are there, his aunt is there, his son is there, and the father is the officiant. It's also their third year wedding anniversary, I think. But I don't know why they pretended to surprise her by blindfolding her. She knew where she was going. She was all dressed up in white and she had her vows in her phone. She knew where she was going. Her little daughter is so emotional she cried. And they took a cute family picture. And the verbiage on the screen is Keith hopes to get custody of his son. Letitia was arrested for forgery and identity theft shortly after filming ended. And the case is ongoing. Why does she think she can forge stuff, write bad checks, fill out her food stamp application incorrectly, steal people's identity and get away with it? Why does she think she can get away with this stuff? She already went to jail the first time, years ago, when her daughter was a baby, practically a baby. And she keeps doing these things thinking that she can get away with it. Why does she think she can get away with this stuff? You'll get away with it for a few months, even maybe a year. It's going to catch up to you. You're never going to... Why does she keep doing these things? Oh my gosh. Next, well, they tell us about Bianca. Bianca is in a new relationship. We know she's in a new relationship and she's pregnant, right? Or did she have the baby? We don't know. And her boyfriend has never been in prison. We saw Daniel. Daniel looked like he's in some type of facility. He said he wished Bianca the best, but they were not right for each other. No shit, Sherlock. Last but not least, we have Kiana, Demondrick, and Joella. Joella texted Demondrick and told him if they want her to drop the charges, then they need to meet up at a certain address. She needs to meet with Kiana at a certain address. Joella showed up at the meeting place, some restaurant, but Kiana did not want to go meet with Joella, so they stood her up. Joella said she can't change Demondrick, so she is going to move on with her life. Kiana said she doesn't want anything to do with Joella. She said Joella is in a circus and she does not want to be in a circus. That was dumb. Why is she in a circus? Your boyfriend is having sex with her. What circus are you talking about? The producer asked Kiana, what future does she see with Demondrick? She said happiness. In the middle of Kiana's confessional, the doorbell rang. Kiana went to the door to answer it. It was Joella. Kiana went outside to talk to Joella. And she told Joella that she does not want to talk to Joella on camera. Why do you think she doesn't want to talk to Joella on camera? She don't want to talk to Joella on camera because she messed with Joella's car. That's why. That's why I think she don't want to talk to Joella on camera, because she messed her car up. And she doesn't want her to say something to trigger her and say, that's why I F your car. I think she messed Joella's car up. Then we saw on the screen, Kiana and Joella did not want to continue shooting. But then they had their mics on so we could hear them. We didn't see them, but we heard them, and they were going back and forth with each other. 30 minutes later, Joella left Kiana's house, and then we saw Demondrick. Demondrick said they're beefing with each other, and their beefing has nothing to do with him. Joella said Demondrick just texted her that morning, and they showed us the text, and he's saying, what's up? What you doing? What's going on? Like he wants to be invited over or something. She needs to show these texts to Kiana. That's what she needs to do. Show Kiana these text messages from Demondrick. He keeps texting her, coming over to her house. So Kiana and Demondrick, they live together. Joella and Demondrick, they communicate to co-parent. Joella dropped the charges and the case was dismissed. And that was the end of the season. And this is the end of my review. Thank you so very much for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Bye.